why you were being ignoring me.
I know, that's what I was like, hold on. Right, I'm right.
What's up, guys? TeamTeeBeeCee here with Adam Huessein. He is the Irish national champion for 2012. Hasn't let that quite sink in yet, you can say it from his expression.
Yeah guys, actually I have my own YouTube channel. I'm AJ Likes Bananas. If you haven't subscribed to me already, you know.
I will put an annotation on his face.
Yeah,
show us the trophy.
First place, didn't even bother putting winners. First place, like, didn't put anything there. But yeah, the trophy's there. What have you got? The prizes were this playmat, the sleeve, a copy of Blood Memphis, and the paid flights and accommodation.
That's the big one.
To your European Championships in Milan this year.
So what were you playing?
I actually played Dino Rabbit. I was thinking about like a different variant of it, but I just still think Rabbit's the best deck in the format, even with Chaos Dragons. I like Chaos Dragons, but I don't like playing decks with like expensive cards in them, so I just don't like playing Chaos Dragons. But
you don't like playing cards with expensive decks?
Oh yeah.
You're playing Dino Rabbit.
I like Chaos Dragons, and I think it's a good deck, but I just not my deck. I just still think Rabbit's the best deck. It has so many more answers than Chaos Dragons. Like, all I have is Chaos monsters, and as you see in the side deck, there's a card that just beats it hands down.
Alright, so show us the deck.
Yeah, I'll start off with the monsters. 3 copies of Rescue Rabbit, key card in the deck, you know the score. Banish, get some angry sword, get some vanilla monsters, get some vanilla shakes all up in here. 3 copies of Angry Sword, 3 copies of Sneezy Sword. Unfortunately, you have to play them. But in my top 4 match, I drew 2 copies of these and 2 copies of these in one hand, and I lost that game. Yes, Lionel, I lost that game. So that's the standard vanilla monsters. Then you have your 3 copies of Tour Guide and 1 copy of Sangan. I don't play Turbos. I just don't see the need for it at all. The deck's so tight for space that running a card that adds to the deck but doesn't do what you want it to do all the time. There's nowhere important. You can't afford to play it. Yeah. 3 copies of Jerk Wyba. This guy being a dinosaur makes him like so key in this deck by itself. But the fact whenever it kills something, you get another copy of itself, and it automatically makes your Volsor Lager Dolka. It just makes it invaluable deck. People taking this out for like 2 Thunder Kings and a BLS. I just don't see the point. Like, I like BLS in the deck with 3 Veilers, but I prefer to play dinosaur monsters that do what I wanted to do, and I want to get my Ligas and Dolphins out as early as I can.
He makes your vanillas less dead when you draw them?
Yeah, like if you open a hand of like this guy and a vanilla monster, if you summon this guy and attack, you can lead, if you have protection, you can lead the guy, and then summon your vanilla monster, and make your rank 4, like any rank 4, particularly a Liger Dolga, because it's so effective in whatever matchup you're playing. Next, you have 3 copies of Effect Veiler. I think this card's just a staple in basically every deck right now, because priority's gone, obviously. Yeah. I Veilered a Rabbit in the final. I played like 1 in Sector and Veilered that once. But Veiler's key, like, essential in the deck. Being light, you can play BLS, but I don't see the point. I don't run any Max C's because there's no point running them in the main deck, because it is just balls. Hands down, it's just bad now. Perhaps in the side deck, if you're going to like a huge event where you're expecting to see a lot of mirror matches and wind-ups, but other than that, I don't see the point. And then Gores. This guy
wins games.
There's no point. He's just too good. Gore's too good.
Can I take Alex to play it again?
Spells. 3 copies of Forbidden Lance. This card was actually suggested to me by the guy I played in the finals. 3 copies of Forbidden Lance. I would not change this at all. If I could run 5 of this card, I would run 5 of this card. This card is insane. It is so good. 3 copies of Mystical Space Typhoon. I like being able to resolve my rabbits. I don't like them getting bottomless, or I hate back rows. If I can get rid of my opponent's back row, I will get rid of my opponent's back row. I just dislike back row to no end.
Blind MST everything?
Oh no. Yes, if you're really, really good, blind MST everything. Just everything. No, it's really bad. Don't do that. Against Final Countdown, these cards are actually really important as well. Not like blind space and things, but setting it for end phase. Being able to read whenever they have a stall trap, and then space typhoon their cards.
They usually only set 1 at a time as well.
It's so important against that sort of matchup. Then you have your Trinity. where you have your Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, or Heavy Storm and Dark Hole. If you're not playing these, you're quite bad. And then I opt not to run Mind Control. I play Book of Moon and Pot of Avarice. I don't play Mind Control because I didn't expect to see that many mirror matches, and it's pretty bad. It used to be good like with Utopia, right? But people started taking it out now because Gemini Pearl got released. That's the spell lineup. And then for the traps, you have the Solemn Judgment and 2 Solemn Warnings. Staples there. I opted to play 2 copies of Trench Tribute. I really like this. There's so many times today where my opponent would land with threat, and I would torrential, they'd lance, I flipped another torrential, and then lance my own guy for game. So like double torrential is really good in this deck, especially whenever you're drawing like all dead vanilla monsters. You can just you gain so much advantage off this card if you play it well. I have to play 1 copy of Dimensional Prison instead of 2. This is just one of my favorite cards. I really like Dimensional Prison. I wouldn't bump it up to 2 in the main deck because there are so many insectors floating about. I think just pop your Dimensional Prison, but it's good like sort of mid game whenever they have like Leviathan Dragon and you've like bait out most of their insector monsters so they can't destroy things. So this card's also really good against Sangan. 2 copies of Bottomless Trap Hole. I think everyone's running this card. I don't really like this card that much, but today it came in really handy. If I was to change anything, I'd probably cut one of these. I know I'm probably going to get hate on for that, but Bottomless, it's not one of my favorite cards, even though it's quite good right now.
What would you cut? What would you cut it for?
I'd probably cut another Bottomless. I'm not quite. I'd probably change the build slightly. I might cut this for a 2nd Dimensional Prison. It just depends. You just have to know, know what you're going to be playing against.
Well, it obviously worked.
It obviously worked. But if I was to change a card, this would be the one card I would change. I have to play 1 copy of Fiendish Chain. This card was just insane. I love this card. I might actually change up for another one of this against some sectors, but this card was nuts. And Starlight Road, I hate this card so much. I resolved it once today. It was in top 8, but I resolved it once. I would probably run it again just for the security factor, but I just seriously don't like it. It's 10 traps, 11 spells, and 20 monsters. The extra deck consists of this guy.
Course token.
Pretty sexy. 2 copies of Lagia, not 3. The extra deck's so tight for space as well. Although this card is really good against Final Countdown, I opted not to run 3 of them because I didn't think it was worth putting in a 3rd one against 1 matchup whenever the extra deck is so tight for space already. Then you have 2 Dolkas. Always play 2 Dolkas. It's a great card. 1 Utopia. I made it once. It was pretty good. You can't complain with Utopia. 1 Maestroke. This guy. You have to this guy is so good. If you haven't bought the structure deck, go and buy it now. This card is insane. 1 Gemini Pearl. I was running Utopia Ray until yesterday when I realized that Utopia Ray was actually awful. But this card saved me in like 2 games. Whenever they dropped Gores on my Stardust attack, and I just attacked over the Gores token with this guy, and booked their Gores and then attacked over that as well. So 2600 attack it's pretty good. Steel Swarm Roach, didn't make him once today, didn't play any Chaos Dragons, I was quite happy with that. But I would probably keep him in against Chaos Dragon matchup because it locks board. And against Dark Worlds,
main match against Dark World.
It won the guy who came 2nd match against Dark World because he could lock the board down with Grapha. 1 Photon Pop Operative. This guy.
You can pronounce that. That's an achievement itself.
Photon Butterfly Assassin. Shenanigans. I didn't kill a Reaper today with it, but if I had the chance, I would have. Another thing people don't know about this card is that you can target your own monsters. So if your opponent's playing sectors inside in Messenger of Peace, you can turn your Leviar to defense mode and then pop Operative, so it's in 1200, and you can attack under Messenger of Peace. It's just a nice route. It's a nice thing to know with this guy. But I really like this card. My opponent dropped Gorge on me, and I played this, switched into attack mode, had a Lagia, attack over it. It's all good. The rank 3s, I played 2 Leviars. I was going to play a Giga Brilliant, but I just decided because I'm side decking 3 copies of Macrocosmos that this would be more effective. And you need to land this, and without priority if they bottomless it and you don't have a lance. You need to land a Leviar. Most games to bring back your banished rabbit. 1 copy of Zenmains. If I had room, if the extra deck was 20 cards, I'd play 3 of them. Just, you can't. Sandman's is so good. One Leviathan Dragon. I didn't make him, but you know it's a Leviathan Dragon. One Tempo. All my matchups didn't really call for me to play this guy. I didn't make him, but I like having him here. I would keep him in anyway.
He looks cool too.
And he look at him. He looks so cool. And one Stardust Dragon because I played Stardust. The side deck consists of one copy of Spirit Reaper against the mirror match. If I was playing Dark Worlds, I was bringing in this guy against Chaos Dragons is absolutely insane. I played a Chaos Monster Mashi deck in Swiss and in top 8, and this guy put in so much work, but banishing those light monsters. And he had Giant Sally Birdman and bounces BLS, which I had Fiendish Chained, and he couldn't remove it for it. He couldn't remove the light and dark monsters. So swinging this guy and banishing like all their cards is insane.
Is a very, very silly young girl.
Then you have 2 copies of Soul Taker. I chose not to main deck this and main deck 3 copies of Lance because it was just a much better option. This is really good because it makes Pulsar and Shiny misses timing, but everyone knows that anyway by now. But if it doesn't kill a monster, your opponent doesn't get 1,000 life points. So if like you Soul Taker, they're lag you. It's kind of like playing a Smashing Ground, but if they have another monster, it is much better. 2 copies of Soul Taker against the mirror match, against Heroes, and against Chaos Dragons. 1 copy of Chalice. I always just feel safe siding a copy of Chalice because everyone brings in Snowman Eaters against me. It's just a really good card against, especially against Snowman Eater whenever like you're in a really tight position and you need your Laggy to survive, and you want to waste your materials. So you have your 1 copy of Chalice. Another copy of Dimensional Prison against Mirror Match, Heroes, Dark Worlds, Rogue anti-meta decks, which there was quite a lot of today actually. So another copy of Dimensional Prison, which I might again main. 1 copy of Dust Tornado against Final Countdown, because you need all your removal you can get against their stall cards. Against Insectors whenever they're playing Safe Zone, or against some played Safe Zone against me today playing Heroes, and I was like, all right then. But yeah, one copy of Dust Tornado, it's always safe.
Pick it up.
2 copies of Royal Decree against Heroes, especially against Heroes, and especially against Final Countdown, which I did not want to lose against. So 2 copies of Royal Decree.
Point of pride.
3 copies of Macrocosmos. This is probably the most used and insane card in the side deck. Board in against Chaos Dragons, Insectors. I won my top 4 match because of Insectors, because of this card. Chaos Dragons. Dark Worlds especially. I played like 3 Dark Worlds. I don't need to explain this card. You have to run this card on your side. If it's not in the main deck, it has to be in your side deck. And all I have is these.
Which don't belong to him.
Which don't belong to me.
He borrowed them.
But yeah, that's the deck profile, guys.
And what does your t-shirt say?
It says, I do me, because I'm such a sexy beast.
Alright.
What are those ripped trousers?
Yes, I have ripped
trousers. Flash the camera. Flash the camera.
Yeah, guys.
Thanks a lot, Adam.
No worries, guys.
See you next time.